Once again from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Scotland, Phil, Louisiana Healthcare Connections, Disc Golf Park. I am joined by the man you know from Spin TV, the man you know from The Upshot. This is Baton Rouge native Jamie Thomas. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me. I am super excited to see this course featured in video and featured in like epic competition.
Yeah, some of the best in town. We're happy to have you to watch. First off, a giant thank you from the Baton Rouge disc golf community to you. I know you were very involved in getting this course approved, financed, installed, and put in, and we really enjoy it. And it's a beautiful piece of property and a great place to watch some really good disc golf that we're going to see today.
Oh, appreciate it. The pleasure is definitely all mine, and obviously Silas Schultz and Thunder Schultz, just the first two names on the screen. Those are some really talented players about to tackle this course.
Battle of the Brothers, two Discmania-sponsored players coming at you at a disc golf park in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in a league sponsored by Discmania, playing off for a shield. You can't make this stuff up. Silas, unfortunately, catching some cabbage early. A couple of different lines here, straight up the gut or around the corner.
Oh, is this Thunder looking straight up the gut?
Thunder throws this up the gut, but he doesn't throw like a little putter straight shot. He actually throws something a little more stable on a flex line. You see, he kind of flexes it in there and then wants it to fade back. It's just a little low, so he's going to be caught in the high grass. Still looking for a putt. Here we got Logan Weiss, Prodigy-sponsored player out of Prairieville, Louisiana. Switched over to Prodigy from West Side this season, and is really coming up on his game, finding his putt. He's got some good tournament results to show for it. That is the worst first shot he could ask for, though. Caught the cabbage. Looks like he may have even gone in the ditch. And here we have Najib. Najib is an excellent player, been featured once or twice before on this, and he's going to just put it right there. That's how you do it.
I'm surprised at the high lines that everybody's taking, but with the way Najib's disc just spiked into the ground, I can see why they take it.
Well, the trees have grown out a little bit, so you got to put it out a little wider. When you put it out a little wider, you start testing that sidewalk.
Definitely.
So Silas is looking to probably just lay this up and make an easy three here and hope that he can just push. Thunder definitely has a putt from where he's at. It's not an easy putt, but it's a putt. And he's just going to go brush the hair of the change real quick.
See, I like this. I like the guts to go up the middle on that throw because you do have to challenge this pretty steep embankment, and it's a little weird on your footing sometimes.
I think it's a sucker line. I think you can look right at the basket, so you think it's there, and then there's a whole lot of branches in the way that you don't think about. But I like it. It gives you a lot of opportunity, risk and reward, I suppose. I'm just going to run it, too. Thunder runs everything. Get used to it.
Everything. All the long putts. What was it that Ian called this hole when we first installed the course? Called it Last Chance for Two or something like that? I thought that was great.
Silas with a bit of a tester and very casually puts it off the top end. Not happy. Not how you want to start your round.
No, not to your older brother. That's the worst feeling. I mean, I'm the oldest brother, but I can tell I've seen that face being made before.
We had such great contrasting styles here. You know, the Schultz boys, tall and lanky. Thunder with this sort of chaotic throwing style where he's got a lot of motion, puts a lot of movement on the disc, puts a lot of body into it. Najib and Silas kind of similar with very, very fluid, casual styles. And then Logan's kind of a robotic technician. But all these guys can throw very, very far. So this is actually a hole where any of these guys can two. It's just going to take a perfect line.
Yeah, it looks like Silas and Thunder both finding that left side. They're trying to work something outside in, and Jeeb was going for that same thing. He's got to split that difference.
Yep, exactly. And Logan, watch, just a technical master, perfect form. Throws really far for. Oh, he puts a figure four crane stance. Or is that that's a flamingo?
The standing vice. It almost looks like
looking
you guys
at
had a
a
little
pretty long up shot. But he's going to take his. I think he throws Wizards for that, and you put it right by the basket and force everybody else to do the same. No, it doesn't look like anybody has much of a run for two here.
It's a tricky little run, especially if you get off to the left side. You see Silas is going to battle with that low ceiling on this shot, but it almost looked like a little wind was pushing it to the left. on the drives.
Scotlandville is notorious for being windy, especially up on this part of the course. It's kind of up on top of the hill, always breezy.
And I like to see the distance all these guys are getting off the tee. When we first designed this hole, Avery and I really wanted to put a pro par 3 in. And with that, the way the basket is up on the slope, it makes it attackable, obviously, because you can throw into that hillside, but a lot of the times it takes more to get there than you might think.
It's definitely a pro-am separator. No one in the am field is going to do that without a 200-foot throw-in. So Thunder going with a forehand play here, and he's going to leave that a little inside. That's probably going to catch some tree and fall down in the ditch. So this is a 390. This is not an easy 390 either, but it doesn't stop Silas from throwing a mid-range.
Yeah, it's 4 1/4 of power, which this kid has in spades.
Absolutely. Oh, and he knows out of the hand that's not turned over enough, and he's going to find some sidewalk.
It's such a technical line, and it really is. You have to push that disc so straight and turn it just at the very end of its flight, really no matter what route you choose.
Logan going to go with more of a sort of inside flex line a little bit, trying to squeeze past the trees, but everybody's catching a lot of tree. Here's Thunder from down in the ditch.
Were you about to say Thunder from down under?
Was not, but man, I really missed one there.
Because just slid that one up to the pin, and that's going to be an easy tap.
Logan's way down in the ditch here, and he's going to have to kind of get on his tippy toes to see the basket.
Ooh, worked out nicely for him, though. You see, he hit really the only tree in the way of him getting a putt, taking that inside line.
Silas hoping a prayer to save the circle par. And Najib with a good long putt. He's got a nice look at it.
Oh, he didn't fully commit to that. You saw his hand just kind of
You can tell the Schultz girls are getting into photography. They use that forced perspective on the camera to make their brothers look so much taller than Najib and Logan. It's kind of cruel. Been treated very unfairly.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think the Schultzes are just lanky as they come.
Thunder with a little flex forehand. I like this play. He's just going to ask for it to scoot up. He's going to leave it a little short, though.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit of guilty feelings here because I'm happy that they both just shorted that because that was the entire goal of this.
Really?
Yeah, you have just raising the basket just a little bit. It doesn't affect the putt that much. What it affects is where you feel like the basket is when you're trying to put weight on the disc.
Logan's going with a pure hyzer forehand, catches the last tree. Najib put a great shot. I hate to look past that. He put it right at the base of the pyramid, so he's looking really nice right now and putting some pressure on Logan. Already one up, and Logan's got a really long putt, and it's nothing but hepatitis and death behind this basket.
Ooh, you hate to see the air ball there.
You don't want to go in that ditch. Under. The hunchback from down under.
Ooh. Just trying to snipe these putts. He gets so focused into his stance. Look at his face right now.
Oh, and he shoots from the hip. Watch how low his putt comes out.
It is a gunslinger action on his putt. That's really funny.
He typically hits the metal, so he doesn't have as much to worry about.
And you're right about that, Chris.
They're fearless on their comebacks, so they can run everything.
Oh, no doubt.
They're not scared of a 20-foot comeback. Or there's Logan with an excellent comeback from the edge of the Oblivion.
Well, low key, you're talking about a guy who just won Next Gen Tour, and then a guy who's a junior world champion. So Absolutely. They obviously have a lot of pedigree there. I am impressed with Najib, though. He's holding his own.
Najib is a former. Oh my God! It's for the haters. Thunder leaving it all out there, goes down, and that's going straight out of bounds. So he's going to leave himself some trouble. And that is a smash, Jamie. That drive is going on longer than one of your Facebook arguments.
Whoo! Really? That's a long drive down there. Yes, Silas just pures it. You have to commit all the way to this tee shot. Najib's is looking to work out very nicely as well. You can't hesitate. You have to really commit to this line.
It's like Logan put a nice big long one out there. Jamie, if you haven't been around in Baton Rouge in a few years, I know you've been out in California, but Najib is actually a former junior world champion as well.
Oh, okay, nice. This is my first time seeing him play.
Yeah, won 2009. Won the under 19 or under 18 division when he was 16 years old.
So what you're telling me is, like, low key, we have a pretty good scene growing here. That's some pedigree for all four of these guys.
I'm saying, Najib was an Innova sponsored player at the time. And if you go back and check that footage from 2009, that's the same year Avery Jenkins, course designer here. And that's a great shot from Silas. But Avery Jenkins won that year, and he had an epic battle with Josh Anthon, and Najib actually stole Josh Anthon's shorts from that tournament. Go back and look at the footage. I'm not saying the story isn't true, but it could be.
Wow. Fantastic. And that's a good little nestle there.
Silas just laid one up for pretty much a drop-in 3 on the arguably soft par 5. But Thunder's taking a big run trying to save the circle 4. But I think Silas is about to show us how to eagle it, and Najib is as well.
Ooh, that's a great putt there. Quality putt. I mean, yeah, some people take issue with the par here. It's designed to be a scoreable par 5. Let's see what Silas does.
Very quick. I just shot a 7 on it. But you can still take a circle 5. Or you can just drop in a 3 like that. And that's really, really solid golf. Silas is kind of starting to turn it on after a slow start. And he's going to take 19 skips of a pebble across a lake and give himself a putt.
Yeah, playing the preferred route on this hole right here. You really just kind of want to put it up the middle. Something overstable. I'm going to guess Thunder's throwing PD2 here. Let it hop up that hill. Let the disc do the work.
Yes. Thunder really leaning on his forehand here. I think he's been developing that shot really, really well. And, everybody wonders which of the Schultz boys is going to be the best. And one thing I think Thunder is superior at is the forehand. Logan throwing a nice little sneaky roller.
Wow.
His grandpappy John Fowler taught him that shot.
I'm impressed with that roller right there. There's a lot of little things on this ground that can go wrong.
Well, it's interesting. It's a little soft touch roller because you can't throw it too hard because there is OB behind the basket. So that was a great play by Logan. So he's gonna try and start chipping away at Najib's lead. Najib is up 3 after only 6 holes, and you don't want to let this get away from you. So we're only playing 9 holes, and then we do the wife swap and switch partners.
Ooh, and you see Najib and Thunder right there, both kind of bit by the same bug. That out of bounds is just close enough to make you think about it, especially when you're standing looking upward at this basket. And, Silas is in perfect position. This is the safest spot on the green. You can go for it.
Oh, yeah. That little uphill putt, no reason not to just give it all this to it. Your comebacker's not going to be anything.
Good float.
Putt. He's got such a casual, calm putt. Doesn't force it in there at all. Just spins it out and lets it glide in.
Kind of in similar style to his... his teammates, Simon and Eagle, both known for that same kind of putt, very casual and floaty.
Silas, while he's young, has been playing so long, he actually, I don't think, looks up to anybody because he's been doing it since he was 10 years old and just has developed his own style and just happens to be sort of perfect form. So I think we'll see a good number of forehands here from these guys. I think it's the play. Matt Rothstein, producer extraordinaire, tournament director of this series, will tell you that it's a more dangerous play and it's not worth it. He'll write articles about it. He's wrong. I'm not as good as him, but I still think he's wrong.
Well, when we put the course in, and we were missing, the part kind of came in and, oh, great little flare there by Logan. The part came in and took a tree out that was really crucial in blocking that forehand line. So this hole has opened up and probably about a third of a stroke easier, I'd say.
Well, the forehand Hyzer line is there. Aced 2 weeks ago by Casey Cox. Luckily, Logan's dad, Kevin Weiss, stopped filming just before Casey aced that, so we don't have to watch that on the internet forever. So good on you, Kevin.
Oh, man.
Thunder looking to pick this one up. High make.
It's such an aggressive putting style. I love it. It goes full speed to the change and just drops ever so slightly because of the spin that he puts on it.
It's got so much spin on it. Logan's been liking this PA3 and had some struggles in recent times and wasn't putting it together, but has really put some nice tournament finishes in this year. Silas is not even going to take the umbrella off. It looks beautiful now, but it was not beautiful in the morning this day. Thunder going, this is all over snake-infested waters. You're carrying OB the whole way.
And he definitely put that one close. I like to see how he ended up because with the roots on the ground near those trees that kind of line the edge of the green, a lot of action can happen.
Or no action because you can hit that root and just stick dead straight on it.
Yeah, I guess when the ground's really wet out here, that's true, huh? You just kind of stop you're at.
It'll wedge into the roots. I think Logan was a little bit short there, but it was a nice line. Najib going to show the putter line here, which is such a pretty thing to watch. Oh, that's a little inside.
I love that line. I love the aggressiveness of that play. It looked a little bit inside, but man, throw putters on Annie's.
So you can see the roots you were talking about. So much can happen right there. Water moccasins, copperhead, diamond rattlers. But definitely terrible footing and a lot of trees in your way. But Thunder's lining this up. You got to run everything in match play. Count it.
Oh my goodness. That's a grown man putt right there.
It looks like Najib barely stayed up, so that's all ditch right behind him. So he's probably 28 feet out, so certainly not a gimme. And every time Najib comes out after taking a playing hiatus, he can still throw really far, but his putting's a little rusty. But he won the 2018 Louisiana State Championship just a couple of weeks ago in Lafayette, Louisiana. And so obviously his putting is coming along just fine, and Logan's is bouncing off the basket.
Ooh, he just looked a little stiff. No, wasn't relaxed and as fluid as we usually see him.
Silas picking off the mosquitoes.
Yeah, good luck with that fight.
You're not going to win that fight in Louisiana no matter what course. So here we go. Hole 9, probably the toughest hole on the course, in my opinion. At least the one you can get into the most trouble the quickest on. You got to have 400 feet of zero movement on the disc. You just got to throw it straight. I don't know about the forehand play, but I'm not going to question Thunder.
Yeah, if he can, now that the left side, the kind of middle left of the fairway is clean, if he can hyzer flip something and just turn it a little bit to the left, but that's a really technical shot.
That's the Casey Cox line, and he does it well. He and James Bennett, who neither of them we'll see today, a couple of regulars on the program, unfortunately not going to be on the finale. James, unfortunately, was going to be on this card, but disappeared into a cloud of vape smoke. Very tragic.
What a magic trick.
This is a shot Najib and Logan really have dialed. Just dead straight and just no finish, no turn. Both of those guys are really, really good at that shot.
This is fantastic.
Still smacking bugs.
I love this little turn of holes, 8, 9, 10, and 11. It's just a great little middle section that it tests a lot of different angles of the game. I got to give Avery a lot of credit. Coming into this project, there are a lot of things that I think Baton Rouge needs in its course design, like to help us get to the next level. So when I'm playing, 8 through 11 are that's my favorite little stretch.
I'd have to agree with you. It's great use of the little bit of terrain and relief that we have in Louisiana, and it's almost. You'll see as close as we have to rolling hills here.
Yeah, it really does look not completely flat on camera. It's kind of funny.
Well, it's not. This particular piece of property is really gorgeous here in Highland Road Park. Some of the only hills and terrain we have in the city, and we're lucky enough to have disc golf courses on both of them.
Definitely. I mean, we just saw Silas with a rollaway there, a rollaway in Baton Rouge, and he's hit the cage or hit the top band twice now.
So with that, Najib takes out Logan in a little bit of an unexpected play, and Thunder tied that up. So here we go, sudden death. So first one to win a hole is going to take the first first bout in this 2-round battle. So Silas is lining up this power hyzer. He's going all the way around the corner and looking to skip back to the left to the basket. So a really long throw to get to 365 feet away.
And this is the line that Avery saw when we designed this hole right here. That's
Avery can throw 500 feet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you could take a destroyer and skip it, you just have to have so much spin on the disc.
Thunder's giving that a run. He knows that Silas is pretty close. So he knows this is match play. I'm not worried about my score. Run it up there and try and put it in. But Silas has excellent look.
About 25 feet, I'd say?
Probably so. This kid should be no pressure for him. He's been on some of the bigger broadcasts. He won a car. He can't drive. Yeah, I talked to him about that car. He was on the Upshot saying he didn't know what he was going to do with it. He actually moved the car into his backyard, and that's his bedroom now.
Get a little break from the siblings, I see.
He's 15 years old. He needs privacy, man. Come on.
Oh.
So here we go. Back to 10. We've done the wife swap now. So now we're looking at Thunder versus Logan, all square, and Silas versus Najib. Najib has to beat Silas in order to lock down a victory for his house start, led by Mr. Casey Cox. If Silas can hold him off, then the points get tricky, and we have to call Matt and get an Excel spreadsheet.
All right.
Logan putting it gorgeous, a little tight to the tree, but that's going to hyzer back, and everybody's listening. We're listening. Ooh.
That's a pure shot right there, just to trust that hyzer flip and have it fade the exact correct amount of distance.
Thunder opted to go the hyzer lineup, but that's shanked. And so he's running and gunning at this because he knows Logan's parked because that was an ace run by Logan. So here's the Jeep from way downtown. Not really much of a chance, but going to give it a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, that's one you just have to send and try, and that's a pretty good one, all things considered.
But I want you to notice something, Jamie. We talk about the rolling hills on this part of the course. Look near the basket on that ace run by Logan. I'm not seeing a disc.
Don't see it yet. That little hillside, it's sneaky, but it's there.
It's not such a little hillside when you skip past the basket and take a little roll, because, spoiler alert, Logan just tapped in after tossing up from way down the hill. He skipped and rolled all the way to the bottom of the hill. And so his ace run very quickly turned into a push.
Yep, all of that is very intentional. I can tell you that much. Mr. Jenkins does not skimp.
Excellent. Yeah. Silas throwing out a roller. Love the roller play on this. The further right you get, there's actually a sort of a hidden fairway past all those trees down there. Or you could just throw it really far down the middle or far to the left. They're all going to give you a shot when you get as long as these guys do.
Yeah, I mean, this hole literally had nothing. We didn't really design this hole as so much it was there, and we just put a basket and put a tee area into the ground. The second fairway is there to the side for the roller player, the lefty backhand. You can just go power hyzer and then to kind of get a straight look parallel with the bridge.
It's a great hole for pros and AMs. The pros throw one big drive and then they just need an upshot. But from an amateur standpoint, if you throw two good drives, like full power drives on this hole, you can absolutely get the bird as a lower rated player. If you only got 350 feet of power, you can still get there in two and get yourself a putt. So it's a great hole. I really love it. Plus, it's incredibly scenic.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites on the course. And Thunder needed about 40 feet more distance there, but he was putting on the picture-perfect backhand roller if you want to be aggressive.
He wants to be aggressive. I can promise you that.
All right, I'll take your word for it. good control. You were talking about the technical ability of Logan earlier, and I think that's full display on that upshot. He's going to give himself a look.
Absolutely. Thunder, again, going back to his forehand. Like I say, he's really leaning on his forehand these days, and I think it's a wise move to get. He's got a ton of backhand power, now developing a strong forehand. Very well-rounded. Even if his style is a little, it's unique. He's a free thinker. Likes to do his own style, wear creepy mustaches. He bamboozled me twice now. He's been wearing this creeper stash for the last few months. And I come in with a pocket full of jokes to roast him, and he grows his beard out and renders my mustache jokes useless.
Oh, he knew.
Well,
he knew.
Yes.
It looked like Silas juiced that upshot a little bit. We'll see if throwing into the hillside stopped it.
It went right by the basket, but unfortunately, going to give himself a bit of a putt, and Najib's just going to lay it up. He's got such a great touch game. Must be nice to throw 500 feet and have a touch game. So here's Silas, way up top of the hill, downhill, little death putt, or, a lot of death putt, let's be honest.
Oh, no, here it goes.
Now walk away. Just get up and walk away. So, could have been worse. Yeah.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. That's the right way to say that.
That is, excellent basket placement. Again, I like to give Avery accolades on really utilizing this property well. Like, so much fun to be had, and such a casual little comebacker from Silas. That confidence is key. Najib with an excellent little birdie look.
That's clean. Yeah, at the risk of sounding repetitive, I don't want to turn it just to a congratulatory fest, but one thing that I think Avery and I were both really happy with in terms of how this course came out is the different shapes of the greens.
Sure.
If you're up where Thunder and Silas are, you're taking a green that is meant to be attacked, and you're actually you're flipping it and making it harder, whereas like we saw with Logan on the previous hole, on hole 10, some of these greens have the little rollaways to the side, and it's just you can't use the same kind of upshot on every hole. You have to really kind of think about how your disc is going to react.
Yes. So hole 12's 350, about 25-foot ceiling. So again, you can't get a lot of movement out of the disc. And this is a shot that Najib and Logan are really good at, and Silas apparently is too. He slides it right up in. And Thunder's going to go with a forehand play, which...
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with this line, but he's going with a big hyzer forehand that I don't think I have the distance to get, but he's looking for a flare skip, and without that tree, that's a very lucrative line, I think. Logan's got this shot all day. This is a Logan Weiss shot. Just throw something on a very slight turnover that never turns and never finishes, just slides. So he's left it a little short, but certainly within range.
Yeah, Logan's still got some work to do.
Underguns it from downtown. And how did he know that was not going to make it? It was so close. He hated it out of his hand. It was really, really close.
Like you said, unique style. He knows when his putt's going in or not. We don't yet.
A little high off the top. Jeep got caught up in a little brush pile. It's winter time in Louisiana, so we got some fallen branches.
Yeah, the lines are more open in between all the trees, but the branches are on the ground messing with your feet.
This Scotlandville is a much tighter course in the summer. When the leaves come in, the lines get tight.
I think that's pretty true of all the Oh my, Silas Schultz, what are you doing?
Silas, he does not. I feel like he's not into this for some reason. I'm not getting a little casual vibe off of him. Did that just drop it?
Wait, did that Najib's dropped? I'm totally lost. What is happening on this card right now? You gotta make your putts, boys.
So Silas catching a break right there.
Whew. And here's the hole named by Silas back when we installed it. Two brothers.
Silas says he doesn't remember naming this hole. He's just the namesake of the hole. So the two brothers are absolutely Thunder and Silas, according to everybody. But Silas told me he doesn't remember ever coming up with that. I love this play. I love throwing the sidearm past that. And there's a big fairway down there that people say it's not there, but it is there. You just got to get past those two big trees you see in the center.
People say there's not a fairway to the right. There's
Correct.
Definitely a fairway.
I 100% agree with you. I try and accent it every time I have my loppers out.
There you go. In fact, that was the originally designed fairway, and I think people have gotten really good at just kind of throwing it up in the smaller gap to the left.
The smaller gap to the left is a more direct route to the basket, in my opinion. Thunder sees something here. He sees that forehand, and that's actually going to be a pretty good look if he can get a nice skip out of it. And he does, so he's going to be within range. Logan, you can see you're out of that fairway a little bit. Your lines get way tight, but he's still way down there.
He's half and half, right? So the right side originally designed fairway, and the left side fairway that everybody's been using, he split the middle there, and that little clump of trees just makes your angle a couple notches more difficult to get to the basket.
Cheap with a fantastic upshot, putting it off the little wooden box.
Yeah, that's a great move right there.
Yeah, Najib he's got such a great putter game. So does this kid. He can throw. Silas's turnovers are some of the best, and there's an example of one, just effortless little putter turnover, and he's going right to the basket.
Yeah, great commitment on that shot right there, which you oftentimes see with that putter Annie, is people don't really.
Hey, well, can we rewind and slow-mo that and make a gif out of it?
Oh, my goodness. He totally broke me out of my thought there. He must have known I was going to compliment him for following through on the Annie shot. That was where I was going with it until he did that.
Logan taking a stab at it. Here's Thunder's putt. Fired in, kicked the leg. And that is an air ball like you don't see too often from him. That was sort of a yip putt, I feel like. And then got to him. Nah, that's going to be a rough one for Thunder.
Yeah, to 3-putt a hole that you've two'd, that's brutal.
Yes. And Logan takes advantage.
And see, this is where match play is interesting, because Logan steps up from right where Thunder was. It's right in his face, just saying, hey, I'm right here, and we're going to battle this thing out.
All right, 5 to play. Silas takes one on Najib, and Logan takes one on Thunder. See if we can get a little movement in the scores. Silas, this is a super fast green, so he slides one up just into putting range. Najib going with a big sky roller.
I like this play. Let's see it work out. Come on.
So he's cutting. So he's going to be about pin high and a little more left than your political views. Logan going to throw it up the gut, and Pilates lean it in off the box. Logan's been working that Pilates into his drive where you throw it and lean it towards the basket.
I like it. Working on the cathedral up here.
So many different lines on this, and ways to attack it. Like, again, great testament to a hole. There's a whole lot of ways to get to the basket, and it's up to you to figure out which one works for you.
Yeah, I wish these trees would drink up a little more water, though. It seems to always be wet under here, which is just another little minor annoyance.
It rained really hard on the morning of this event, but it is a wet spot for sure. But I think it's the fact that the trees do drink up all the water, so no grass can grow under them, and so it just sits in the hard dirt and kind of puddles up right here.
Yeah, hopefully, and 10, 12 years or so, we're going to have some bigger, have a little more of a cathedral, a little bit of a higher ceiling. That was the hope. This is one of those holes we planted for the future, so we'll see how that all works out.
When the ceiling grows, that'll allow for some sunlight to come in at the angles and possibly see some grass grow under there, hopefully. But regardless, that's Logan's going to need to plant some seeds in his putting game. Just missed that. Takes the penalty stroke. He knows he just conceded this hole for no reason. Just gave up what he took on the last hole. So a little dejected, I'm sure, walking off as he throws the temper tantrum putter and doesn't even putt in.
Yeah, that's there'd be a whole bunch of strokes in the PDGA tournament, but this is Game of Throws.
And it's match play, so who cares if you take a 4 or a 9? You lost the hole. So I like the forehand play here. I think we'll see a couple of these at least. Throw it nice and low, and it's bound to give you a nice skip. And Silas has got his arms out like he hates it, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, perfect weight on that shot. Nothing to be ashamed of there.
Najib, not much of he does have a forehand, but prefers the backhand game, so he's going to throw the sort of designed line with a little mid-range flex shot up the middle, and that works too.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a good all-around game. That should give him a nice look. I kind of like this left-to-right play myself, being a left-hander.
True.
But it's just the skip is a little better on that side, and anything you can do, I can do better, says the older brother.
See, Logan's going with the unnecessarily dangerous and aggressive hyzer that carries a ton of OB, but he's got it high enough over the tallow tree, and that's parked just the same. So, posterizing this hole here, boys.
Oh, but the putting woes continue.
Out.
It's not even one person like consistently through the round, just out of these two matches, which have nothing to do with each other, or sort of. Everybody seems to be bit by the putting bug at some point.
Is Discmania disc golf park baskets are very, very strong chains, so you got to putt a little harder, and if you catch them a little left and right, it might fall out. Certainly one of my favorite baskets, even though I am a soft putter, but you gotta hit it in the middle.
Yeah, they look a lot like the Innova 28s, but they do catch a little bit differently, and they sound a little differently too.
The sound that it makes when you hit the band is exactly the same, though.
You have experience with that one?
Tons and tons. Najib with a beautiful turnover shot. His turnover game was a joy to watch, and it's just a little short. But still going to leave him a putt. Thunder, no surprise here, is the way we've seen his forehand today. This is a forehand hole all day for him.
Yeah, it's interesting that we've seen him take the forehand where it is the optimal play, but also opt for it when it's not so much the optimal play.
He's going to get a bunch of skips and be right up probably in the circle. Logan also going to go with forehand. Logan, not much of I wouldn't say power forehand player, but absolutely has a 300-foot touch forehand. And he's asking for it to get lucky, but luck is not on your side, my friend. And there's Veron. So Logan's found the parking spot, and there's Veron running behind the putter.
There you
go.
Veron. It's Logan seems that's maybe the first forehand I've seen from Logan in a long time. A lot of spin on it.
Yes, and he's going to look to save the circle 3. Great putt.
His putt was better than the way we called that putt, but it was really good. Great circle 3.
Jeeb converts on the little the little turnover line. No surprise. So even though Logan gets a nice save, he still loses the hole. You ready to see some smashes?
Let's see some smashes. This is
some big shots.
I love this tee location. I hate how tough it is with the way the creek gets backed up and things like that, because I want to see people really kind of get to that corner over this hillside. I actually expected you guys to be playing it from up top on the hill, so this is kind of a cool surprise.
I really enjoy the location as well. The maintenance of this tee box is certainly a challenge.
It's brutal. I hate it.
But it's such a fun shot to throw over the hill. Thunder throws this crazy roller.
Is he just like, I'm not going to take the easy. I'm not going to take the thing I should do. I'm going to do everything else.
When you have 10 siblings, you got to make yourself stand out. And so Thunder goes, oh, y'all are all throwing this turnover line? Nah, I'm going to throw something different.
He watches them play all the time. He says, no, I'm going to do exactly opposite of what you're doing.
That was a smash. Logan just put all 136 pounds behind that.
Ooh. Oh. Did he get all the way forward?
That was someone's second shot. Maybe somebody's roller.
I was about to say, I've never seen anybody find Lake Hoggett off that tee. Lake Hoggett. Which, by the way, I may have not told anybody, that is officially the name of that. That is Lake Hoggett, named for our boy.
To have this new information. This is why we asked you to come, because we wanted the design perspective. Perfect. So this is Thunder's roller. He went through all this muck, and he and Logan both have very legitimate upshots. Logan left his short, but they're all looking for eagle here. This is a par 5. Again, you might argue that it's soft. Look, Thunder doesn't like this, but it's fine. That is absolutely a putt for the 3. And Najib with a huge drive, also try and turn it over and land it right on this peninsula, almost an island. Really, it's such a tight peninsula.
It is a tight peninsula, and this is definitely a hole that, if you were to argue, hey, 17's more of a 4 than 5, then I'll buy that argument.
Sure.
People are playing it, frankly, a lot better than we thought they would.
So this is Silas 3 after that roller went into the Lake Hoggett, and he's giving it a little run. Ooh, it's got to sit, because it's nothing nice behind that. So Logan with a little longer look than I thought for a 3. So he'll give it a run and see what happens. Make sure you don't go in the ditch.
Ooh, Logan Weiss.
That's not in the ditch.
Trot it out. Trot it out, young stallion. I like it.
It's actually only probably 12 or 13 steps for most people, but it's 23 for Logan.
He's taking really slow steps to make sure we know how long that throw-in was.
I want you to bask in his glory. So Najib also looking for a 3, considerably closer than Logan. Certainly not an easy putt, but he doesn't have to contend with the OB, and he doesn't have to contend with the ground.
Yeah, I think this is another one of those holes that, going back to the par discussion, that the part kind of came in and took out a pretty crucial blocker tree to keep you from getting so far up the fairway. Oh, he clapped mid-flight on that one.
So all of a sudden, everyone knows how to putt. We all remember that we know how to play disc golf. Let's go play the last hole.
All right. What's our situation here? We got a couple matches where they're both square.
So Silas and Najib are square. If Najib can take down Silas, he's going to lock down everything for his house. Thunder and Logan are a little bit different. I got to be honest. I'm not sure. One of them needs to win, and they need Najib to lose in order to sort of carry on their hope. And this is a par 4, hole 18, 660. It is definitely a gettable 3 for all these guys, but it's not an easy 3 for any of these guys. And Thunder, again, I don't see it, but who am I to question the man?
Yeah, this is one where your tee shot is so crucial. You really have to pick your spot and hit that spot.
I think Thunder's just going extremely aggressive and trying to get way down there, and it's going to bite you if you don't get way down there. And so I got a feeling he's going to get bit right there.
Yeah, this is a good looking rip by Logan here. If he can get to that corner.
Look at that Pilates stance. Oh, so stoic. And so here's where Thunder is. This is no man's land. This is right where you don't want to be. You have no footing. You have no line.
Yeah, this is the problem, because the basket is either even with his feet or slightly below it, but he has to throw up over this ridge and then challenge the leaves on the branches. And your tendency is to fall to the right, like we just saw.
So there is OB if you go long. I don't have any idea where that went. And Najib, again, like not the best footing, but at least he's got a little bit of a sort of look at the basket and more of a hyzer line to it.
Yeah, if he was in that little kind of bare spot to his right, that's ideal.
You can see like he gets a full follow through. Kid's super athletic and really, really nice form.
And Silas is a little out of position here, but that was definitely a crush.
Yeah. He's watching it intently, not digging it.
Oh man, this is what I was talking about with Logan. This is the best drive I've ever seen, and I haven't seen all the drives in this course, but
I've seen a lot of them, and you're not going to see many better than that, Jamie. That is a great shot. You're out in the flat and in the open, and he's looking at.
He beat the corner. It just makes your upshot so easy when you can get past that corner. Really great shot there.
If he can three this, he can push Thunder to another playoff. Ooh, Silas trying to take it. And Najib just kind of lays this up. I guess he wants the push. He didn't even give it a shot. So I don't know. Maybe a little gamesmanship. Feels like he can take Silas on hole 1. If you remember, Silas missed hole 1 and took a 4 in the first round, and Najib took a 2 when he parked it.
Yeah, you were saying it earlier. Silas struggling a little bit with consistency today. I don't know if it's mental or just not feeling his throw, but I think Najib is more kind of confident in what he's doing right now.
Silas hasn't seen a stage this big. Sure, he's been out to the next gen a couple of times, Smashbox. This is local disc golf, Jamie. Clomes Productions, and Logan steals hole 18 to push Thunder.
Wow.
What a big putt.
I mean, when you have to have that big throw, he came through in the clutch, and we need to see some bonus golf.
Back to hole 1. So Silas made a mistake on the first 9. Najib did not. Najib's looking to do exactly the same. Silas looking to correct, and Najib throws the exact same line, the nice high hyzer. Willing to bet it's close.
Yeah, good spike there. Yet another hole that an unexpected tree removal made it a good bit easier. So this should be doable.
In Breck's defense, Mother Nature took that tree out.
Well, we'll have to get another one planted. That's my only response to that. Love Breck, not calling them out whatsoever. They've done a fantastic job working with us. Absolutely.
Logan going a little more inside, and Flamingo. Wow, he almost hit that. That was super close. Thunder sticking to his guns, going up the gut, aggressive. He's got that one a little higher, and yeah, he likes that one a little more. It's going to slide right up to the box.
Oh,
Thunder.
What is happening?
He's made that putt 900 times last weekend in his yard. Misses it. Right there, Silas drops it in. No problem.
All right, so one battle's going to continue here.
Battle continues.
You have to expect that. Okay, so we missed Logan's shot.
We missed one.
Okay.
So both guys battle on. You're right. So Jamie, I got a question for you.
What you got?
You got some binoculars?
Not on me.
Okay, you're gonna want to hit pause and watch this.
He's got that tracking nicely. Wow. We were talking about this when they played earlier, finding that tree just to the left. There was a car parked earlier, but just to the left of the basket. If you can start moving it right inside of that, man, you're going to be sitting pretty.
And he is sitting pretty when you're in a sudden death playoff for the series victory for your team, and you throw a shot like that, you're doing things.
And it looks like Silas is going to have to putt for it. I don't think that was nearly high enough to get as close as Najib is.
It wasn't. It was still quite a pump, and you'd be happy with it any other day. But Najib just threw probably one of the longest shots I've seen on this hole.
Yeah, this is awesome. Magic hour, 4 crushers going to the hole 2.
Thunder threw the roller and regrets it immediately. He knows that's not going to work. So he's going to be the only one that didn't have the Super Bowl. He's still way out there. He'll take a little turnover run at it and hit the big tree. So Logan went way right and gave it a fantastic bid on top of the second hill. So we're still not at Najib's drive, and this is where Silas is.
Yeah, you're right. You're happy with that shot any day of the week.
Any day of I'm pretty happy with this as a second shot, if we're being honest. Silas really needs to can this and put some pressure on Najib, but the mosquitoes are getting to him. He's too sweet.
Ooh,
this is Najib.
Wow.
For the win. This is putting 465, and he's only 30 out, and that is in the basket.
Pure.
With that win, that means Casey Cox-led Team Stark takes the victory on the game of throws.
Oh, man. Congratulations to that house.
So Logan mercifully ends this round. The way the point standings worked out, there was no difference between who won for second and third. So Logan, rather than keep the playoff going on for effectively no reason, throws the hole, concedes it, and takes the places where they are. Jamie, what'd you think?
I was surprised to see some of the putts that were missed during the round, but I saw some really incredible drives. 4 very talented players, obviously, showing off their skills. And I know I'm proud of the rally and the support behind all this, and I'm sure Avery is too. And man, thanks for having me. This was awesome.
Well, it's a bittersweet ending to the game of throws as it stands now. Mr. Matt Rothstein, that we see there, event director, put this all together, put a ton of work, headed back to Fort Collins, Colorado with his family. We wish him well. Can't wait to see him back. I know he's going to do good things up in Colorado. He's been such a boon to Baton Rouge Disc Golf, and we appreciate everything he's done. We'll miss you, buddy. Take care of the fam. Come back soon.
Johnny G. John Granger.
All right, Jamie, I'm going to let him back, wrap it up, and we'll see some bonus footage from Mr. Jules Bashirs. And let's call it a day, bud.
Sounds like the right time. It's quitting time. Congratulations to Matt for running a really cool-looking series. I wish I could have been there for it. Shout out to Baton Rouge Disc Golf. Kingfish, you guys are awesome. Keep doing your thing. I'm happy to come back anytime and talk some shop. Happy New Year, everybody.
Casey wins the Year of the Shield, and the Shield from Game of Throws. And Jamie, I hope you have a fantastic trip to Thailand. Be safe out there.
Cheers. Thanks, Chris. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you, man. Bye.
Everybody grab a disc.
Hey, this is the whole Houses Award, actually, this big one. So we can take a picture all together with it.
That'd be cool.
The last award, Hand of the King, it is called. It is for the MVP off of the winning team. Before I give it out, I just want to say thanks to Matt for running the whole series.
Baby!
Not just running the whole series, but then also playing well every week. We're going to miss you in Baton Rouge.
I'll be back. You'll see more of me. I'll be around.
But the Hand of the King, I told everybody in the draft, while the draft was happening, this was going to be the MVP of the winning house. I'm glad to see him back playing disc golf again consistently. The man, Najib LeBoy.
Wow.
Yeah, Najib! Glad he's in Baton Rouge and not New Orleans.
Say something.
Speech!
Say something.
Thanks, Casey, for believing in me, drafting me. That's awesome. Can't wait till next year.
Yeah!
Bye.